Hello, my name is Nalani Lasowitz, and I'm one of the administrators of the Pickleball Noise Relief Group on Facebook and the YouTube channel. And today we're going to be speaking with Will and Brittany. They live in Owensboro, Kentucky, and wanted to share a little bit of their story with you. If it's okay with you, Will, I'd like to share a posting that you did this week on our group. And you are across the street from a park called York Park. What caught my eye was basically you said, you started off by saying, I am 27 years old and pickleball has nearly ruined my life. That just stopped me in my tracks, you know. I spent 3 years totally renovating my first house with the help from my dad, uncle, and other family. And then a tennis court 100 feet away from my front door at a small 5-acre park was converted into 4 pickleball courts. Will, if you could give us a little more background on when you moved there.
Yes, I was born and raised in this same town where this issue is, Owensboro, Kentucky. I actually grew up probably 2 or 3 blocks away from where this park is. 20 years of my life grew up at my parents' house, and I'd spent some time at this park before, growing up. They've got 1 basketball court. This is before the pickleball courts. They have 1 basketball court, 1 tennis court, and a small playground and a small shelter picnic area. I was coming out of college and was looking for a house and saw that this location I'm in now had come up for sale, and my uncle, who lives down the street on this where the York Park is, had actually purchased it and was going to fix it up and sell it, and kind of a flip situation. And I was in the market at that time looking for a house anyway, so this place was very rough looking, at the time, and we got it for a very, very good deal. So that was probably around mid to late 2018, whenever my uncle purchased it and he started fixing up the outside of the house. And so my dad and I came in at that time with the understanding that, hey, we were going to help you fix up this house, and then we'll take it over from you and we'll fix up the rest of the inside and continue our work on it. While we were working on the house, I looked over across the street and saw all these people over there on the courts walking around and measuring and doing all this stuff. And I was like, what's going on over there, And I play tennis, actually. And so I was really looking forward to, hey, walk across the street and play a game of tennis. That'd be great, And so I texted one of my buddies who plays, and he's like, yeah, I think they're looking at putting pickleball courts over there. And I was like, what's pickleball? I've never heard of this before. And so I was like, well, darn, I was hoping to be able to walk across the street and play, but I didn't really know what it was. And I mean, they seemed, like they were going to get that. Those pickleball courts put there, there was all kinds of people over there working on it. So I didn't fight it much at that time, knowing what I know now, I know that was a mistake, but I just didn't fight it. So
Let me ask you real quickly, are the basketball courts still there?
Yes, there's 1 full basketball court with 2 goals.
And is there any tennis going on there now?
No, they converted the 1 tennis court to 4 pickleball courts.
Okay. So yeah, once the 4 courts were in use, what was life like? What happened to you guys?
Well, she wasn't a part of this equation yet. It was just me, and I was living on my own. And for the first probably 3 or 4 months, I didn't think a whole lot about it. It was really probably within 6 months to a year that I started thinking, hey, this is a problem, because my dad and I built our own garage, 24 by 48 garage out back, and I was out back there, and I got an entertainment center, and I was in the garage painting it, and all throughout, it took me a couple days to paint that thing and sand it and all that, and the whole time I'm having to listen to this popping noise, and it gets exhausting after a while because it's
Yeah, I've
that
heard from so
noise.
many people that it's cumulative. Like for the first maybe couple months,
Yeah.
you hear it, but it's
Right.
almost as though the reprogramming of your brain hasn't really taken hold. Do you find yourself more sensitive to other noises
Yes,
as well?
definitely for sure. And even I'll just think I'll hear pickleball all the time now. Like I'll be somewhere and be like, "Hold on, that was I heard pickleball somewhere," you know. But
Yeah,
I am
I've heard people who say they hear it at night after the players have gone.
right. I will do that too. I will be. I swear there's somebody over there playing, but no, there's no cars out there. I don't think there is. You know, it's coming from the opposite side of that, and it's like, well, you're hearing things now. You know, I don't know why you're picking up on that. That shouldn't bother you at all. You know, it's like, well, once you've been living with this for a year and your body has adjusted to where now you're constantly on alert, you start to notice these things. You know,
Yeah. Can you tell me about the length of play?
it starts at 7 a.m. and runs 14 hours a day, I believe, until 9 p.m. With posted signs on the courts, and they have information about that on their website. You know.
And that's 7 days a week?
Yes, 7 days a week. Yes, ma'am.
So, we kind of joke around here. Even God asks for a Sabbath, one day off.
Yes, and we do not get that currently.
You don't even get that.
No. If the weather permitting, they will be over here playing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And then at 9 p.m., is that dark? Do you have lights there? Or?
We do not have lights there, so they can play past dark if they have some glow balls. Some people do come and play with glow balls, and we've had to call the police. And their response is normally, last time their response was, "Is it bothering you?" You know, kind of a snide remark, like, "We really need to come out there. You know, you're bothered by people having fun over there playing pickleball, really?" You know?
Yeah.
And,
you big bully, you.
yes,
Yeah, pretty
I'm
much.
out to ruin everybody's fun, is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
All right. And Brittany, how much time did you spend there, at the house and exposed to the noise? And what has your experience been?
I probably came in around the end of 2022, and I would probably only be here. It was winter time, so there weren't a whole lot of people over there playing. And then probably the spring, summer of 2023 is when it started picking up again because the weather started to become nicer and people would come out and play. I didn't actually start living in the house until this year, mid-April. We were here for maybe a month or two. And I could hear it, but it wasn't to the point yet, I don't think, that he was at, because I had really only experienced it for a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
But I do see where he's coming from, because you walk outside and you pretty much immediately start hearing it. Or even if I'm sitting in the living room, I'm a teacher, so when school was over, I would be home during the day. So I might be sitting in the living room and I could probably, hear it just from sitting in the living room, with it being that close.
It doesn't affect you like it does me, because like I said,
Right.
it took me
Yeah.
3 or at least 4 or 5 months of living with it before I was really, really bothered by it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Have you talked with your doctors at all or had any medical advice?
I haven't really, I don't know. I'm kind of ashamed to talk about it because it seems like a silly thing, and
Yeah, and people make you feel bad too, because there's just a famous saying in the noise world: if you don't hear it, it doesn't bother you.
right.
And
Exactly.
so the element that really seems to be missing in our public debate is the compassion for the people who are exposed to it.
Yes.
But prior to this, did you have any physical ailment with hearing or any concerns with hearing?
No,
No.
not at all. I don't think. No.
I mean, I think you're very brave to say, I'd be embarrassed to talk about this because people can make fun of you and discount it. But mentally, how has it impacted you? Emotionally, or just in terms of how you are trying to deal with this situation? the strategies and all the meetings and all the things that you have to go through.
Right. It's taken a toll. I'm at that point. The stress, like I can't even describe the amount of stress that it's put on me. Just being in this situation where it's you versus the mob. I've got a bunch of people that live around me, but no one will speak up. And even though I've heard them say that they don't enjoy it, they won't go to the town and say, hey, this is also a problem for me. And that's been one of the things where that's one of the reasons I haven't been able to get any traction. These people say, well, you're the only one that's complained. So why are we going to do anything when it's only one person complaining,
Right. And people are very hesitant to make enemies in their neighborhood. It's just the last thing you want in your life. So I totally understand where you're coming from. Well, we really wish you all the luck in the world. You joined our Facebook group. We now have over 800 members. We've only been around for a year, and honestly, a lot of people don't use social media. So we know that 800 is just a tip of the iceberg. But very glad that you've joined us and shared your story. Is there anything you'd like to say to other people, especially pickleball players who are faced with complaints, and what would you like to say to them?
I would like to say to them that I understand your situation, and I hope you understand mine as well, and you put some thought into how your fun affects other people's peace and quality of life. I don't have anything against pickleball. If you go out to a park where there's no homes around, I think it's great that you get out there, get your exercise, socialize, hang out for hours at a time. I think that's absolutely amazing, and more people need to get out and do that. I hope more people play pickleball. I hope that they just do it in the right locations where they're not forcing people to listen to it at hours, for hours at a time. I think that would be great. Our world would be a better place if more people played pickleball
That's
in
really
the right
sweet.
location.
Yeah.
That's really sweet. Yeah, I think we need adult recreation centers, all over the place. We need to invest in our parks. I think that one of the vulnerabilities that pickleball took advantage of was a lot of communities have not been taking care of their tennis courts.
For sure.
We put this public funding on a very low rung on the ladder of priorities, but honestly, it's very important that we have exercise and we meet people. So I think you speak for pretty much every member of our group. We don't dislike pickleball. All power to you for playing and getting exercise, but the noise does not belong in my living room or my backyard. I'd like to be able to garden like I used to, that kind of thing, right?
Exactly.
Well, thanks for joining us,
Yeah.
both of you. I think you're going to be in great shape, the two of you. Wish you all the best in the world.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your help with all of this.